Future Canadian, and welcome to the best video you are going to watch on relocating to Canada through the study route. So after this video, you would fully understand what it entails and how we are going to help you. So I'm Bakari from Intel Me Academy, your #1 educational consultancy for relocation to Canada information and guidance that works. So in this video, we'll be talking about our Canada Admission Accelerator, which is your fastest, most strategic route to studying and settling in Canada. Pay close attention so you get the very best out of it. Yes, so why are you here? Now, if you are watching this, you are most likely a Nigerian, possibly in your 40s or 50s, and you want to relocate to Canada, but you feel stuck. The process seems confusing, and you're worried about making costly mistakes. So what you need is clarity, confidence, and a plan that works, which is what you are going to get in this video. Now, this is the problem that you most likely face with relocating to Canada through the study route. It's expensive. Do you understand? You fear wasting millions on the wrong program, on the wrong process. You are worried that you choose the wrong program and you might not get PR at the end of the day. You are probably confused about the entire process. You don't know how to write your SOP, how to put together your proof of funds, and everything just seems like a mess. And there's also a possibility that there's just too much information going around and you feel misinformed and confused. Well, I have good news for you. All that is going to end immediately after you watch this video. I can guarantee you that. Now, here is what you should also consider when you are trying to do it yourself entirely without proper guidance. But I'm glad you came across this video because it's going to turn things around for you for better. Now, doing it yourself, you might end up Googling for months, guessing programs. You choose schools based on trend. Maybe you go to YouTube and you're checking, okay, which school are people currently talking about, and you just decide to apply to that school. Or you realize that, okay, this school, there is no PR pathway for you. Do you understand? So doing it yourself is great, but there are challenges that come with it when you don't have the right guidance. But when you work with us on our Canada Admission Accelerator expert strategy, you get a clear relocation plan in days, 3 to 6 days. You already know what you are to do. You know where you are going to, is clear. You get programs that is matched to your profile, to your background. Schools that are chosen for you to ensure that you get PR after studying. And you know that PR is the #1 priority. And as we move forward, it will be clearer to you how the study route is a means to an end. It's just a means to PR. It's a means to prepare you, to make you better for the Canadian job market, to increase your chances of getting a job. Yes, so who do we help? We don't help everybody. Our mission is very simple, very clear, and very specific so that we get the best results. And we're confident in what we do. So it's not a thing of 50-50 or we might just stop doing it. And no, this is what we've been doing for years and we're very sure that we'll deliver. So we focus on helping people like you who are in their 40s and 50s, too busy to handle the complex process all alone, or you are overwhelmed by so much information that you are seeing out there and you want something that is clear, reliable, and strategic so that you can relocate to Canada successfully through the study route. So if any of this is you, then you're on the right page. Now, why does the study route still remain reliable? Because a lot of policies have changed with Canada and the study route is still the most reliable, and the reason is because it is clear and it's a step-by-step process that Canada has built for people to transition into its economy. It's like they are basically giving you an opportunity to come and train to be a very good permanent resident. Do you understand? And you see that as we move. Yes, the study route has a lot of advantages, and I'm not just going to be saying it, I'm going to be showing you. So it's say and show. Do you understand? There are no age restrictions. Throughout IRCC's website, they never said, oh, people of certain age will not be eligible for the study route. But if you look at other routes like the express entry, there are age restrictions. Do you understand? You can come with your family. A lot of people are mixing it up that, oh, if you are coming for a diploma, you can't come with your family. It's not true. Once the diploma is long enough, you can definitely come with your family. And you'll be seeing it subsequently where we break it down so that you get a clear perspective. The study route is also a clear PR pathway. I would also be showing you all these things I'm saying. But this is for you to have a picture of what you stand to benefit. No age restrictions, you come with your family, clear PR pathway, and opportunities to reduce the cost. So enough talking, let's see it. And the study route is also a smart investment. So you can get study loans, and it is the only route that offers these opportunities. You can get study loans, you can get scholarships, you can get PhD. Sorry, you can get funding for your master's or PhD programs and very affordable schools. You don't have to go for the most expensive schools. Once it's affordable and it meets the requirements needed for you to get a study visa and for you to get PR when you're done studying and you work, you're good to go. Now let's start. Coming with your family. Now, there is no restriction. If there were restrictions coming with your family, you will not be seeing proof. This now, what you are seeing on the screen is living expenses, which makes up part of your proof of funds. Do you understand? So you can see they still have number of family members, including the applicant. It shows that you can definitely still come with your family and there is no restriction. But you should also have it at the back of your mind. The more family members you come with, the more money you have to show as living expenses, which is what you are going to use to take care of yourself and your family when you arrive in Canada. Now, clear PR pathway. You know, I said say and show. So when you come to Canada to study, there are various and even better PR pathways for you. One of them is the Canadian Experience class. So you as a student, you finish school, you get PGWP, you work in a skilled role for at least 1 year, then you apply to the express entry with that 1 year of work experience that you've gotten using your PGWP. And the reason why this works is because Canada rewards Canadian work experience more than foreign work experience. So you can see why coming to Canada to study is also of advantage. And you must also be careful to ensure that you get good jobs. Do you understand? So that would increase your chances of qualifying for the Canadian experience class, and you see how all of that adds up. Moving forward, also another PR party, you have the PMPs where you talk about the Ontario International Student Stream, BC. So these are all PR parties. I'm trying to make this video as brief as possible because we have a lot to discuss that will be mind opening and will give you the clarity to move forward. But you can definitely take a screenshot, go and check all of this out and verify that they are indeed clear PR pathways when it comes to Canada to study, and the study route offers great advantage. Now, the post-graduation work permit to PMP. So even if the study route doesn't give instant nomination, there are many provinces that nominate you after you start working post graduation. This is also to show you that the study route leads to you getting good jobs, and getting good jobs leads to you getting PR far easily after working, making money, gaining the experience. I mean, it's full of so many benefits. You also have the Atlantic Immigration Program. So these are just to show you a few PR pathways and to show you what is possible and realistic, and you can also check them yourself too to confirm. Now, opportunities to reduce costs, which we also mentioned as a benefit of the study route. So this is a screenshot from a program from the University of Niagara Falls, Canada. So you can also check it out. I can see where they are awarding. I can see award amounts. I can see academic achievements entrance award. So these things are realistic. So when we say you can come to Canada, you can get study loans, you can get scholarship, it's real. And this is one that you can also check. So when you can see the master's program here, you can see the CGPA levels and the scholarships attached to it. So you can take time on your own after watching this video so you don't miss out on any part. Look up University of Niagara Falls, Canada. Check the academic achievement entrance scholarships and you would see. And if you find any program you're interested in there, you might as well apply. So moving forward, this is also to show you more scholarship opportunities. This is also another scholarship opportunity gotten by one of ours. So you can see the person secured an academic achievement entrance award. His CGPA was 3.81 and you got 11,000 Canadian dollars in scholarship. So, oh, the study house is expensive. The study house is expensive. Yes, it is. And there are also opportunities to reduce costs, which you can see live. Do you understand? So don't doubt it. Think of how it is going to make, how you are going to make it work for you, and who is going to help you with the process. So you can always trust in Tell Me Academy to help you make it happen. Yeah, so this now is for study loans. So when we say there are scholarships, you've seen all of that. Now talking about study loans. So this is Passage, and you can see that they are offering get admission, get study loan. Even at the moment, they are running a no application fee, an application fee waiver where you apply for admission and also study loan without paying any application fee. Do you understand? And if you want us to help you find the best programs that are covered by Passage loan, you send us a message. You can write it down so that you don't miss any part of this video, because you have to watch everything for it to make perfect sense. Do you understand? So moving forward, now this is for study loans and scholarships. So these are screenshots from our client. Here she's already on her way to applying for Empower to cover a master's program. So here's another one of our clients that applied for scholarship, the global scholarship worth 3,000 Canadian dollars. So you can see it here. So we have these resources to ensure that you can succeed, and you succeed with the study route. So it's not just saying. You can see it with evidence. Now, all of what we're covering now is still on the benefits so that you understand it. You are excited, you desire it, and you see the possibilities of it working for you. Now, you might say, oh, why not the work route? The work route is cheap. Yeah, you're right. But are you looking for what is cheap, or are you looking for what works? I might say you are looking for what works and what is cheap. So the study route also ticks that box. So when it comes to getting foreign jobs directly from Nigeria, is tough, and employers are hesitant to employ you because the process is complex, and they will much rather prefer you if you've studied in Canada and you have your post-graduation work permit. I mean, look at it. Are you not going to be better off after you studied and you have that PGWP? Employers will be the ones looking for you. They would love to have you, and that's what the study route gives you, because now you've studied, you understand their systems, you are better fit for it compared to you now trying to get a job. So is it clear? So the study route, like I've said multiple times, is just a way of, building you to increase your chances of getting jobs when you arrive in Canada. Still on the benefits, so you can see here she's getting her admission within 2 weeks. We've helped her find schools. She has applied and she got her admission. So this was when her application fee was paid, and in 2 weeks she got admission. And you can see she also had other schools to apply for, but she chose to stick with the University of Winnipeg, where she got admission. Do you understand? So we provided her with about 3 schools, and the one that she applied for, she got admission. So that's how good we are with this. We pick the best fit where we're sure that there is no 50-50. You most likely get that admission. And if she had applied to the other schools, we're sure she would still have gotten the admission. Do you understand? So this is just to compare. Now imagine in 2 weeks of you applying for jobs, you will most likely apply for more than 3 jobs, and there's no guarantee that you get the jobs, especially when you're doing it from Nigeria. But if you are there, you've worked, you've gotten that PGWP, is easier. So see the study route as an investment rather than an expense. And that's why I'm taking you through all these benefits. So that once it's clear to you, you will not doubt and you have what it takes. Do you get it? So moving forward, we've spoken about the benefits cost wise. I've showed you scholarships, I've showed you study loans. I'll still show you for funding, masters and PhD, so that you'd see it, and also affordable schools. Yes, so that you get to see that also. Now for PhD, yes, so for funding for your PhD and masters or masters, you can see here that now this is a scholarship. Just read through, you can take a screenshot, and you see this is just to show you that these opportunities are also available. So this is University of Saskatchewan. You can also check that to confirm. Now next we are looking at, so this is for PhD. I said when I say it, I show you. Now here we are looking at funding opportunities for PhD and masters to show you that they are really achievable, and they are far more than the ones I've shown you here. But this is for University of Saskatchewan, and you can also see they are offering funding for successful PhD applicants. So this is to help you get the clarity and confidence that you need in the process that it works, and we can help you. Now let's talk about the real cost of relocating to Canada. Now you've seen all the benefits, you're wondering, how much is this process going to cost me? I've always been so scared of the cost. That is it really within my budget? And it's a question that a lot of people ask every day. So here we are going to clarify that too. Now you might think, oh, I need 50 million naira upfront, and you'll be worried, 50 million naira, is it not too much? Won't I just stay in Nigeria if I have 50 million naira? And you start thinking of all the things you're going to do with it. But I mean, there's a reason why you want to relocate to Canada, so don't forget it. I might think, with 2 million naira, I can do this thing, I can do this process. I know one of my neighbors that doesn't have as much money as I did, but was able to jackpot this, that. Fine. But the essence of this is for you to get that understanding, so you know what you are doing and how to get the results that you need. So now let's look at the cost breakdown. When it comes to the real cost of relocating to Canada, the bulk of it is your school fees, which is your tuition, and living expense, which is what you use to take care of yourself in Canada: accommodation, feeding, transportation, all of this while you are studying. So for tuition cost, we break it down into two parts. We have the tuition deposit, which is an amount you deposit to finalize your admission, and you have to show tuition for 1 year. So if you've made a deposit, you need to show that you have the balance in your account that you're going to pay it. Do you understand? While for living expenses, varies with your family size. So the more the size, the more money you have to spend. So that's for the proof of funds, broken down into two parts, which you can see. Now moving forward, so this is to show you a practical example. I said talk and show, say and show. So here you can see that the tuition deposit is 2,000 Canadian dollars for Seneca Polytechnic. And you can see you don't need to have all the money, you just need to have, you can build the funds, you can save it up. For admission, let's say you saw a program in Seneca Polytechnic, you've gotten admission. To secure a slot, you just need to deposit 2,000 Canadian dollars, which is about 2.4, 2.5 million naira, or 2.6. Can you now see how the process doesn't require all that money at once, and you can get it done bit by bit? So when you deposit this amount, you simply need to show that you have the balance for your tuition. So let's make it more practical. Now here you can see for early childhood education in Seneca Polytechnic, their fees is about 17,620 Canadian dollars. So when you deposit that 2,000, what you need to show is the remaining 15,000. So you can add this to it since it's for your books and supplies. So you just need to show that you have the balance in your account. You don't need to pay it, but you need to show that you have the balance. And the beautiful part is that you can also get scholarships, but still on helping you plan your budgets properly for the relocation process. Some other fees, okay, there's, I think it was, so what the other things you also need to know is that you'll be paying an application fee for your admission. Do you understand? You need to pay an application fee. There is also your visa application fees. You need to do biometrics and you need to do medicals. Yes, so this was a part of the presentation I had to update, still talking about the cost. So what I also want you to know is that you have to pay application fees, which is what you pay to gain admission. You have to pay your study permit fee when you are applying for your study visa. Do you understand? You study visa application fee. You pay biometrics, and there's also medical. So you can see that the cost, you don't have to have that total money upfront. So let me give you a practical scenario now. You want to apply for admission now, you pay your application fee. So it's not this much. I'm going to show you a practical example. You know, I said say and show. So understand this now. You pay an application fee. Let's say you pay 200,000 naira to apply. You see that what you needed at that point was 200k. You've paid it. You've gotten admission. So after getting admission, let's move forward a bit. Let's say we're using Seneca Polytechnic as an example. Their admission application fee at Seneca Polytechnic is 90 Canadian dollars. Do you understand? For international students. So you can see here international how to apply. So for international students, 90 Canadian dollars. So you pay that maybe around 100,000 euro. You gain admission for, let's say, a program early childhood education. You gain admission for early childhood education. You've seen your tuition fee is this, and you can also add this book supply so that you cover the entire amount that you need. And they tell you that, okay, for you to secure this early childhood education admission, you need to make a tuition deposit of 2,000 Canadian dollars. Do you understand? So what you've spent now is 90 Canadian dollars plus 2,000 Canadian dollars as tuition deposit. And like that, you've secured your admission. But that's not to say you would also have to show this balance. So when you subtract that 2,000 from this, you have to show that you have this balance, the balance in your account. But the point there is you can see that you didn't have to spend so much money up front, and this is still breaking down the cost for you. Your tuition, this tuition fee plus your living expense, which depends on your family size, is what you need to show as proof of funds. And there are some other costs in between where you have your application fee, study permit fee, biometrics, and medical. So I hope it's clear. Yes, and since cost is a major concern for most people, so you can also see that the same Seneca Polytechnic offers an entrance scholarship. Do you understand? It's just to show you how practical these things are. Let's say you're applying Seneca, you pay your 90 Canadian dollars, you gain admission, you use 2,000 to secure your slot, and let's say you get, now this is the breakdown for the scholarships down here. Let's say you're applying for a 2-year program and they give you 3,000 Canadian dollars and 2,000 is for your first year. You see that it has reduced cost for you by 2,000 Canadian dollars, which is about 2.4 million naira. So that's a lot of money, and you can only experience this in the study route. You can also get other scholarships, and as we proceed, you see how we're going to help you. So I'm showing you all of this so you can see that it is real and you can get it done. Now that's still on. So we've covered the cost of relocating to Canada. So at the end of the day, I'm sure by now you know how much it's going to cost you. You look at your tuition, which I showed you the practical with Seneca Polytechnic. You look at your living expense. So let me show you what the living expense looks like. Very good. Very good. So this is what the living expenses look like. So you add that 17,000. Let's just call it 19,000 in total, including that book fees from Seneca Polytechnic. Let's say you're a single applicant. So that's 19,000 plus, let's approximate this one to 23,000 Canadian dollars if you are going as a single applicant. So 19 plus 23, you have to, so in total you'll be spending about 42,000 Canadian dollars to show as your proof of funds if you're coming for that early childhood education program in Seneca Polytechnic. So I'm sure this everything adds up because I tend to like over explain things. So yes. Now another major concern is recent policy changes. Do you understand? So these are, I just want to give you a simplified and very accurate understanding of it. The main difference is that when you are coming for a PGD now, your spouse cannot work. They can only be on a visitor's visa. When you are coming for a master's or a PhD programs or a PhD program, your spouse can work. So just have that in mind. Do you understand? But for your children, once they are below 18, they enjoy free education. So that one didn't change. But rules for spousal open work permits change. So have it in mind so that you don't start to doubt or feel bothered. And like I said, I would also show you. And if you are finding this video, if you have stayed this long, it means you are getting value. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Do you understand? So at the end of this, clarity is what you are going to get, and you know the study routes. You will not be shaking. You know how you are going to move forward, and also how we are going to help you. Yes. Now let's start with this. Now let's go over the policy for spousal open work permits. So this is directly from IRCC. So for your spouse to work while you study, so these are the eligibility criteria you must meet. Master's degree longer than 6 months or longer, a PhD program, or any of all these programs. Do you understand? And the one that would pertain to you watching this video is most likely maybe you come for these bachelors of law, except the masters and PhD though. If you're looking at the bachelor of nursing, of science in nursing, bachelor of nursing science, bachelor of nursing, bachelor of education, bachelor of engineering, your spouse can definitely come with you while you're studying. So moving forward, still on, now we're talking about working while you study, because this is also a major concern for a lot of people that, oh, will the hours be enough? Can I work as much as I want? Do you understand? Yeah, so let's look at the policy for working. So here you can work off campus without a work permit if you meet either of these requirements. So the main thing is that you know that you are there to study, so you can't work before you start your studies. And if you are able to work during your studies, it will stay so in the conditions on your study permit. So thinking that you can just go to Canada, use study route to enter, and you just stop studying and start working is not going to be a good thing for you to do. Do you understand? So you can take a screenshot, you can look at it so that we don't spend too much time and we go to where we actually want to get to. Moving forward, yes, so this is the part I'm really going for. So how many hours can you work off campus? So during regular school terms, you can only work 24 hours per week. Take note. Do you understand? 24 hours per week. And when school is on break, during the break periods, let's say semester breaks, you can work unlimited time off campus. So it's very important. So you don't think that, oh, 24 hours is too small. Would I be able to make the money? Would I be able to do this? Yes, you will. During school breaks, you can definitely make up for the work needed to, make as much money as you want. Now, there are also benefits for your entire family. So what we're basically doing now is still to take you through the benefits so you see it and you believe it and you know that it is achievable for you. So the study house is not just an expense, it's an investment. Your children get to enjoy it. Your spouse also gets to enjoy it. So for your children under 18, free education. So you basically save over 16 months or over a year in paying school fees, which you would have been doing in Nigeria. Do you understand? So think about it strategically and see the investment, see it for the investment that it is and the returns that you are going to be getting. Your children also get a head start in a world-class system. So they don't have to go through the same struggles you went through. Struggling does not guarantee success. When you place them in a better environment, they have better chances of succeeding. Do you understand? For your spouse, which you've also gone through, if you are eligible, your spouse can receive an open work permit so they can work full-time while you are studying and also contribute to the family income. And even with their own 1 year of work experience, they can apply for PR. So moving forward, there are even more benefits. You don't need to write West. Some schools require West, but if you don't have it, look for schools that don't. You also don't need IELTS. Some schools ask for it. If you don't have it, look for the ones that have, that are not asking for it. Do you understand? Yes. And the rest will go into them in details. So what do you really need to start this study route? I mean, we've spent about 30 minutes just going over what you stand to gain. We've looked at the cost, we've looked at the benefits. I've shown you, and as I'm saying it, I'm showing you so that you know seeing is believing. So what do you actually need to start this study route? What do you need? You simply need an existing educational qualification. You need to have minimum of Y Connecco with C6. So there is no qualification that is too low. With your Y Connecco with C6, you have a chance, and the higher the better. So if you have HND, BSc, NC, OND, there is a program for you, and I would also be showing you that briefly. So take time. If you are feeling maybe the video is too long, you can take a break and come back. If you have questions, you comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also reach out to us on WhatsApp for further inquiries. Now, this here we are going to look at the various programs that you can study, the levels depending on what you already have. So if you have an MSc or PhD, you can apply for another MSc or PhD. If you have a second class upper, you're eligible to come to Canada for a master's. You get funding too, and for you to get funding, you know, you need to email supervisors, you need to have a research topic in mind, all of that. If you have a second class lower HND, OND, or NC, you can apply for diplomas. They could be advanced, they could be postgraduate diplomas in general. If you have a third class or pass, all hope is not lost. You can also come for diplomas, and I'm going to be showing you examples of these programs so that you can also see the requirements. And if I'm moving too fast, feel free to take the video slowly or watch it as many times as possible. So we'll be starting with, now this is a diploma in early childhood education, and you can see the requirements here. You see minimum grades of C6 in English, and so you can see there's nothing to be hidden or nothing that is strange, or so as I'm saying it, that is how it is, and it's based on years of experience of helping people relocate to Canada through the study route. So if you think, oh, it's my work on Echo, fine, there are more details to this as to how to go about it, but this is for you to see, understand, believe the possibility, and gain clarity about the process. So moving forward, now this is for people, let's say you have a diploma, or you can see there is a program. There are way more programs, but this is to show you that regardless of your program, there is something for you. Moving forward, now this is for people that have, now Memorial University is one university that takes 3.0, which is a second class lower for masters. Other schools are asking for 3.5, which is 70% and above. But for with Memorial, you can get a master's with your 3.0. Do you understand? But this is to also show you the main requirements. So you can see bachelor's degree minimum, just for you to see that whichever program, whichever qualification you have, there is hope, there is future for you. Moving forward, let's talk about the intake period, because every day I also get this question, oh, how long would it take? What's the timeline like? If I start now, when would I relocate? If I want to relocate by next day, when should I start? All of that we're going to answer here. Now, there are three main intakes when you choose to come to Canada to study. It's either you use the September intake, which is the largest and has the most of the programs are in this September intake. Either you go for January, which is a good alternative if you miss September, or you go for spring/summer, which is May. So it has limited programs and is mostly for diplomas and certificates. So if you're looking at a master's or a PhD, you usually expect September, and you can find some in the other intake period. So this, and if you want to go September next year, you must have started September of the previous year. Do you understand? So that 1 year gap to start is important, and you are going to see that as we move forward. Yeah, so this is the simple timeline that you need to follow. So 12 to 15 months, that's a year to a year and 3 months before. You research programs, schools, provinces, you do all of that. And in this video, I'll talk about how we're going to help you get it done using our Canada Admission Accelerator. So 8 to 12 months, you make sure you've submitted applications, you've gathered your documents, you've written your statement of purpose, everything. Do you understand? You've applied. 4 to 6 months, you make sure you've gotten admission, you've paid deposits, and you've started your visa application process. 2 to 3 months, you wait for decision on your visa, start planning for your accommodation, book your flight tickets, and all of that. Then 1 month final preparation before you arrive. So can you see the timeline? So don't think okay, because you said it's 3 to 6 months that you start and you rush it. You don't need to rush. There is time to plan, and the more time you have to plan, the higher your chances of succeeding. Yes, so these are the things that affect your processing time. School decision. Do you understand? So the school might take 2 weeks to 2 months, depending on the school, before they give you feedback on your admission. Also, how long it takes you to prepare. If you are doing it by yourself, you are struggling to find schools, you are researching, nothing is making sense, you are almost giving up. Do you understand? That would also add up to the time that it is going to take you overall. But when you work with us with our Canada Admission Accelerator, it's faster and it's easier for you to succeed. And there's visa processing. So currently it's about 8 weeks, which is about 2 months. See why it's good to apply early, and you can see why that timeline we shared earlier is very important. Do you understand? So this part is to attend to your inquiry on how long is it going to take me to relocate through the study route. Do you understand? So you know how to plan and move forward. So how do you choose the right intake? So if you choose September, that's the widest range for program options and for funding. So most times when we're working with our clients, to tell them we prefer to work with September so that everybody's expectations is properly adjusted. Do you understand? Because our main priority is finding the best programs for you, and they may or may not be in the other intakes, but we're sure that they will most likely have a September intake. And like I said, I say, I show. So this is Sentinel College. You can see, and you can see that they have even for 2027. Do you get even for so at the point of making this video, we're in November 2025, and you can see they have intakes for January 2026, May 2026. So you can see that's why it's good to apply ahead. If they didn't want you to prepare and plan ahead, all these intakes will not be open. And you can see September, even let's say September is a year ahead of us. So if you want that September, you must have started applying by now. So show, say and show. Do you understand? Now let's enter the study route proper. So I believe I've told you the benefits. I've answered questions on cost, timing. Oh, is there a program for me? The requirements. So all of that has been covered. So let's go over the 5-step pathway to relocate Canada through the study route. So it starts with you choosing a school and program. Then you apply for admission. You pay and gather the necessary documents. You apply for your study visa. You move and get work. You move, you work, and you get PR. And as we move forward, you get to know all of this in details. Now, moving forward. So I hope this video is not too long. If you are tired, take a break. If you're enjoying it, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It means a lot. Do you understand? So we're putting in the effort to ensure that you gain the clarity. You're not confused. You don't need to know everything about relocating to Canada. You just need to know what works and what will work for you. So this is the 5-step pathway. So you can take a screenshot, you can keep it, and you can check other videos on our channels for more info on this. Now, the admission process. The first step we mentioned here is choose a program, apply and get admission. And when we talk about pay and gather documents, that's paying your tuition deposits, getting your letter of admission, and all those things you need to apply for your study visa. So for you to gain admission, it's a 4-step process. You need to find a designated learning institute, that's a DLI, the only schools that allow you as an international student to come into Canada to study. You need to choose a course of study. Very, very, very important. That course must be related to either your previous work experience or your current work experience or what you've studied. And the course must also lead to in-demand jobs. So you remember when we were talking about the potential pathways you could follow and the importance of in-demand jobs there. And whatever program you choose must show career advancement. Do you get it? That's why when we took you through the various opportunities you have, let's say you have a master's or a PhD, you can come for another master's or PhD, second class upper, you come for a master's, second class low. So all those things must show career advancement, and it's not only in the level of program, it's also in the contents of what you are going to learn from that program. So you can use that to show advancement. Then you make sure that whatever program you are applying for, you meet the requirements so that you can get your admission letter, which you use to apply for your study visa. Moving forward, now let's talk about one very important aspect of your relocation to Canada through the study route. PGWP, that's your post-graduation work permit. So it is important, it's even the most important part, because it's that work permit that you get after you graduate that allows you to work full-time. And when you work full-time, you gain Canadian experience, which makes it easier for you to get PR. So you can see that the study route is basically grooming you to work in Canada. So if you want to work, just see the study route as a means to an end. Do you understand? And you gain valuable information, valuable connections, and valuable experience. So it's not like you're wasting or squandering that money. You are paying it to learn, which will benefit you and also open pathways to better opportunities for you to live life, get your PR, and all of that. So now let's talk about the study visa process. So the two main pillars are your statement of purpose, which is how you defend yourself. So you must explain why the program, why the school, why Canada. It is also where you show that you are going to come back after your studies, and that's your home ties. Do you understand? Then the next part is proof of funds, which is where you need to show that you have enough money for your first year of tuition and living expenses. And we've covered that in previous video where we spoke about proof of funds. So if you are getting value from this video, the feedback, it goes a long way. Yes, so this is also taking you through the study visa process straight from IRCC's website, so you get to see that too. So the eligibility requirements, you must be enrolled in a DLI. You can see this, have enough money is very important to pay for your tuition, living expenses of yourself and any family members, return transportation for yourself and family. So because they expect you to come back, so you need to have that. Obey law, be in good health. Earlier I mentioned you have to do a medical examination when you're applying for your study visa. So you can see how all of that adds up for the eligibility requirement. And you also need to prove that you return after your study. So this is where home ties is important. It's not only proof of funds that could cause visa denial. Lack of strong enough home ties can also cause visa denial. So, and when you are in Canada studying, you must make progress. So you just read and take a screenshot. So this is also to back up what I'm saying. Say and show. Do you understand? Moving forward, so still on proof of financial support, you can see the keyword here. You must prove that you have enough money without working in Canada, so to pay for all of the following. To pay for your, so you don't, when you are writing your statement of purpose for visa application, you don't need to mention that, oh, you are going to get enough money when you work in Canada. They don't want to know any of that. And you can see that they've clearly stated this here. So that's why you need expert guidance. So tuition fees, you must show that. Living expense, you must show that. Transportation to and fro, you must also show that you have that. So having the exact amounts is not necessarily enough. So you need to have these extras. And this might be the little things that are getting you visa refusals. And I hope you've gained clarity. And if you are just starting, I hope you are understanding the process, you are gaining the confidence, and you're like, oh, so this is what it entails. Oh, I'm definitely ready to get this done. Yes, so this is your full journey from where you are now to where you get your permanent residence. So you study in Canada in a DLI, you get your PGWP after studying, you work for 1 to 2 years, depending on the length of your studies, it affects the length of your PGWP and also how long you are going to work. Then after working, you apply for PR, then you set to become a permanent resident. So you can see how simple it is. So you have that map in your mind. Do you understand? Age is not a barrier. You don't need IELTS. You can come with your family. Opportunities to reduce costs. So it's an investment, not an expense. Do you understand? So think about it that way and it's going to be easy for you. Yes, so you might be feeling overwhelmed with the entire process. I mean, I've said a lot. I've been talking for 45 minutes and you might just be like, ah, God, this thing is much. But it's important that you understand everything I've said so that we can work together. Do you understand? We want you to be proactive, but it's okay if you are feeling overwhelmed. And that's why we're here. Because a single mistake like choosing the wrong program can cost you years and tens of thousands. Imagine you chose the wrong program, get Canada, and you realize that, no PGWP or the kind of jobs you can do with that program self is not hot cake. So you are confused and all of that. And the process is not meant to scare you. It's for you to plan so that you plan ahead. And that's why we are here with our Canada Admission Accelerator, which is a strategic service to fast track your admission the right way. And you're going to see how everything works. So you don't need to be confused. If the video is long, maybe you are feeling sleepy, rest, come back. And I hope you are taking notes so that if you have questions or you are taking screenshots, so you can ask. Now, what makes our Canada Admission Accelerator different? So it's not just you getting a generic list of schools. Do you understand? We prioritize getting the best schools for you. So the promise is affordable PGWP-eligible programs in provinces where it is easy for you to get PR. So it's tailored to you, to your specific scenario. So the CAA, our Canada Admission Accelerator, is a done-for-you strategic admission service. So we are experts. Do you understand? We analyze, we build custom, logical, and PR focused roadmaps based entirely on your unique background, your age, and your goals. Do you understand? So you don't have to be confused. If you are busy, we have you covered. Do you understand? Now, so here's what we do inside our Canada Admission Accelerator. So it's not just about filling forms. We work with you. That's why we had to explain all of that process. Do you understand? And I'm sure if you've gotten value from it, you will definitely get value from our Canada Admission Accelerator. So we build a logical refusal proof plan such that you have the highest chances of getting your visa approved. So we study your background, your age, your work history, your goals. We map out we check your profile and we find the in-demand jobs that are best suited for you. So that when you know these jobs ahead, we then look at programs. We find programs with the highest PR potential, programs that will lead to this in-demand jobs so that you can work in those jobs and get a PR easily. So we are your partners and your contribution is very, very important. That's why we have to explain the entire process. Your contribution. So that's what makes us different from travel agents. I just want to bring money, let's do it for you. You don't even know what is going on. You are not carried along. It's your future is important to you and is important to us. So that's why we carry you along each step of the way. Now, so this is how we build your plan. So we start by studying your background. We analyze your education, your work history, your future goals, and we find the most logical pathway for you. When we've analyzed your background, we then find the best in-demand jobs for you. Do you get it? We find the best in-demand jobs that you can do. So each of these steps are carrying you along. Okay, these are the best jobs you can do when you get to Canada. You pick. Then we find courses that will get you those jobs. And any program that you see that is not having PGWP, it means that that program is not in demand in Canada, because our golden rule is PGWP and PR first. So we only recommend PGWP eligible programs and it is non-negotiable for your success. Yes, so after we've evaluated your background, we've chosen the best knocks for you, We then shortlist schools that 2 to 5 affordable schools that are PGWP and that will lead to that in-demand knock that you've chosen. Do you understand? We also make sure that these schools are in provinces that are PR friendly, because not all provinces are PR friendly. Yes. So now let me show you a chart with one of our clients where we implemented the process. So we said we evaluate your background, find you the best knock. So you can see the documents we sent here, and he chose the one is interested in out of the list of in-demand occupations. Then we sent him a list of schools where he has to pick, or he can apply to all of them, so that he can study this. So he can study a course that will lead to this in-demand job. Do you understand? So everything we say we do, and you can see that I'm showing it to you. So this is also another woman. She booked an appointment, came to our office, and she has a WAEC. Do you understand? She has a WAEC, and she's looking to study in Canada, mother of 2 children. So we did thorough background. She gave us more info. So we did necessary background checks, and we found a very suitable course for her. So I can see her saying she's impressed. She has gone through the plan, but she would want to reread so that she can choose and get back. Can you see that? She's also impressed. So even for someone with WAEC, we're still able to do thorough background analysis to find exciting programs for her, programs that she would love to do. I can see her giving us feedback here when she has chosen the program she was also interested in. So it's a partnership stuff. Teamwork makes the dream work. So we carry you along with the process because your future is important to you and it's important to us. So your feedback with our expert guidance helps us get the best results for you. Now we've covered this. We've also said we shortlist schools, we pick provinces. So these are a very important part, because if you study a course in a province whereby it's not in demand, no PR for you. And even though with your PGWP you can choose to work in any other province, but just have it in mind that it's best to study and work in a province whereby you are needed, whereby you are in demand. So that's also for us to choose and make the process entirely easy for you. Yes, so our school and province strategy. So we don't just pick any school. We find smart options that are 100% PGWP eligible, located in PR friendly provinces, affordable to reduce your POF, because affordability helps a lot. The less you need to show in terms of POF, the easier it is for you. We match you to the best courses that would ensure that you get admission. So we connect all the dots for you, so you don't have to stress yourself at all. Yes, so moving forward, thank you very much for staying this long, and I hope you are getting value. So we've been together 53 minutes long, and I really appreciate it. Do you understand? So the fifth part of our strategy is we help you craft very strong statements of purpose. So we give you the exact, now this SOP now are more of justification points so that you can build on them. Do you get it? So since we did the research, we found the schools, we chose them, it only makes sense for us to provide you with the logic behind our choice and how it is going to benefit your future. So that's why we give you the exact SOP justification points, and this step is designed to boost your chances of visa approval. So when you are preparing for visa application, which will be there to guide you with, it's easier. You know what you are doing, you know why you started, you have good background on how your application has been moving so far, especially when you are the one also choosing. You choose the knock, you choose the school, it's easier. I mean, there is no way but success. Do you understand? Now, so your SOP is your visa interview on paper. So for Canada study visa, you don't do physical interviews, you do online. You just submit your application online. So we give you the exact points to justify why you chose this program. Since we chose it for you, following the information you provided to us about yourself, It's only logical for us to provide you with the logic behind our choices. So we choose why you chose this program, why it's a logical career step, why you chose the school, how it connects with your PR plan. Everything you need to ensure that you know where you are going to. The PR pathway is clear. So our clients, so when they've chosen schools, we tell them, okay, this school is in this province. We tell them the PR options. Do you understand? So they can already see their PR pathway ahead. And this is not something you get anywhere else on the internet. Check. And if you see it somewhere else, know that we started. We've been on this since July, and this is a unique innovation to solve your relocation to Canada problem. Do you understand? So it's because we care and we want to help as many people as possible to relocate to Canada successfully through the study routes. You might have been seeing a lot on, oh, work route this, work route that. I mean, we're focusing on where our strengths lie, and we've been doing this for a long time. Do you understand? With success stories which you've seen and which you will still see. Yeah, so we map your PR pathway. So we don't just get you into a school. We show you exactly how the school and that program leads to your post-graduation work permits and ultimately to your permanent residence. So we've done this for a lot of clients, and we can do it for you too. We'll do it for you, and we'll show you how you're going to get on board so we can help you get it done. Then we deliver your report to you. So in this report, you have your personalized admission strategy. So it's your step-by-step guide written in clear human language, so you are not confused. So there's a reason why we have to emphasize that human language, because you can go online, you see a lot of cumbersome information that you are wondering, how am I supposed to understand all of this? So with us, it is simple, it is clear, no confusion, just a clear plan. Now, your personal roadmap, so it's not just a generic thing, it's what has been personalized to you. So you receive a complete admission strategy report documenting your entire plan, and we get it done in 3 to 7 working days. So everything we've explained so far under our Canada Admission Accelerator, 3 to 7 working days, you have schools, you know your PR pathways, you know the occupations that you're going to do. Life is just easy rather than you struggling for months trying to figure it out yourself, and it's done at a very, very affordable fee, so that at the end of the day you have the confidence and the clear plan of action that you need. Are you with me? So if you are with me, if you've not liked, if you've not subscribed, kindly do so now, so that we're encouraged to make more videos and this video reaches as many people as possible, especially when you're finding it beneficial. Wouldn't it be nice for you to now, as you're finding this valuable, imagine someone else too would have been in your shoes, whereby they are looking for information like this. So you like, you subscribe, you share, they also get to them and they get clarity that they need to relocate successfully. Yeah, so we don't just dump and run. Do you understand? The report is your plan. We also help you execute it. So we are there with you as you apply for admission. So we're there guiding you on how you, and we have so many charts to add, but I'm trying to round up this video, not make it as long as possible. Even some I has add them midway in this video so that you can get to see it, but I'm sure we've shown enough proof at this point. Do you understand? And if you want more, you can send us a message on WhatsApp and we'll show you. So we don't just dump and run. Okay, just take the report, go and figure it out yourself. So we're also there. We guide you on filling documents, helping with your letter of intent. I think I need to show you one of these. I need to show you. No, this. I'll show you one. Yes. So we don't just dump and run. And I would show you. We would also be there to answer your questions. Our partners, we are your partners until you get admission and beyond. Okay, it has not loaded yet. Yeah, so this is also to show that we don't dump and run. So on this side, we helped out with a statement of purpose for a master's program. You can see it there, and while she's applying for the program, we're also there putting her through on the application process. So we're there with you throughout. So it's not that we're going to abandon you at any stage. And you can also see on this place where we also helped out with academic CV. So it's a route that we're passionate about, and we are dedicated to helping you relocate successfully. Yes, so thank you very much for staying to this point. Very much appreciated. Now, the outcome of all of this is that you moved from being confused to being confident. You finally have a clear and logical pathway to follow. You know your plan is built on expert strategy and not guesswork, and it is built for you. You also have direction. You have a complete roadmap from admission to permanent residence. Now, does this solve your problem? Looking at everything that I've explained so far in the past 1 hour, starting from the benefits to the requirements to the cost to our Canada Admission Accelerator, does it solve your problem? Do you find it valuable? Is it something you're interested in? If you are, comment CAA in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so that we know you found this valuable. Yes, so if it does, let's talk about the CAA. Who is it for? Do you understand? So the CAA is for you if you're a busy professional in your 40s or 50s, if you feel stuck or overwhelmed with the process, and you want to be 100% sure that your program leads to PR, and you also want expert assistance to get it right in your first attempt, then the CAA is for you. But if you are not willing to be part of the process and you don't want to follow a proven logical plan, then our Canada Admission Accelerator is not for you, because you have to be involved in the process so we can maximize the opportunity and get the desired results. So our Canada Admission Accelerator is for you if you're in your 40s or 50s and you feel like age is a disadvantage, and we showed you already it's not. It's even an advantage because you get to use your many years of experience as leverage. Do you understand? You want to switch careers and you don't know how to do it. You want to do it the right way, in a way that would ensure that you get what you want. The CAA is for you. So if you are also a parent planning a better future for your family, you should definitely enroll for the Canada Admission Accelerator and secure your family's future by relocating to Canada and making way for a better life for them. If you've been denied previously before, our Canada Admission Accelerator is also for you, because everything starts from getting admission. How you do it, the kind of admission you get, also impacts your PR, because you could be denied for choosing the wrong course and it's very painful. And if you just feel overwhelmed with the process, you want clear expert plan, our Canada Admission Accelerator is also for you. Now, here's what you avoid when you enroll for our Canada Admission Accelerator. You avoid costly visa refusals from weak and illogical statements of purpose, choosing the wrong program, the wrong course that doesn't lead to PR. You get to avoid that. You avoid wasting money on application fees. Very important, because you don't just want to keep doing trial and error and getting refused. It costs money to apply, and it costs money when you are refused. Do you understand? So you don't apply to schools that will not accept you and you say, oh, this thing doesn't work. Canada is this, is that. Do you understand? At least you've seen testimonials, you even see people gaining admission. Do you understand? And you want to avoid being led by general advice that doesn't, you want to avoid being misled by general advice that doesn't apply to your profile. You should definitely enroll for our Canada Admission Accelerator. You don't want to waste time. Losing a year, 2 years on failed attempts is painful, and you know how the system is changing. So you need to maximize the opportunity that has been presented to you, so you don't look back years after that, oh, I should have done this. They will have people like that. They come to the office, oh, 2022 they should have, but they didn't have the information. Now they are stuck. Do you understand? So moving forward, so we've gone through how the system works, expert analysis, analyzing your profile, PR aligned strategy, and proper documentation to ensure that your process is smooth and successful. Now, doing it yourself in 2025 and beyond is risky, because especially when you're doing it without expert guidance, you can't afford to guess with your family's future. The rules are stricter now. That's why you need expert guidance, because one wrong program can ruin your entire PR plan. If your SOP is not good enough, that's also very costly mistake. If you are just applying and you're getting refused, it means you are wasting money on application fees. Do you understand? So we've not had any study refusal since we've started our Canada Admission Accelerator, because every step is checked, is verified, and is logical, so you don't have to worry. So is the study route still worth it? It's definitely worth it. We have a video on Instagram, and if you are seeing this video, you probably saw a video of where we spoke about if it's worth spending 50 million to relocate to Canada through the study route. So it is very worth it. Do you understand? So fewer people are applying the correct way, so it leaves room for you to maximize it. And the common questions: are you too old? You are not. There's no age limit for the study route, and we help you build a very strong SOP to show to show that your experience is an asset, not a liability. So even if you have study gaps, we would also help you see it through. So we help our clients get results, and we've been on it as far back as 2022. So these are some of the results. So you can see visa approval. So this is on our group with almost 1,000 people. Somebody asking for the people that have used this program should give us testimony. And you can see a testimony here, a long one. This is also a testimony. This is a woman that got a master's program so she can come with her family. Do you understand? A very determined woman. So you need to know that as long as you are willing to work with us, you are willing to be involved, it's going to be easier for you. You won't be doing any heavy lifting, but your contributions matter, your feedback. Do you understand? Yes. So this is also a visa approval, and this can be you when you follow the study route with our expert guidance. So don't gamble it. You can see I've been talking for an hour, and I'm sure for you to watch this long, you definitely got value, and I really appreciate it. Yes. So how much does our Canada Admission Accelerator cost? So even before seeing the price, how much do you think we should charge for it? I mean, you've seen the price already, but using your mind, how much do you think we should charge for everything that we've promised to do for you? So in order not to take too much of your time, our Canada Admission Accelerator is currently at a discounted price of 100,000 naira instead of 175,000 naira, because we really want to help. And for you to stay this long to watch this video, it says a lot about you, how determined you are, and the fact that you recognize the value that we're offering and you want to be part of it. So it's our way of appreciating you for appreciating us and being someone that is determined to put in the work. So your next steps are simple. You sign up for our Canada Admission Accelerator, you submit your documents, you send us your CV and every other necessary documents that you need, that we need. We send you our form to fill, so we gather as much information. Then we give you your reports. So and that report is going to be your full strategic plan in 3 to 6 to 7 working days. Do you understand? So you can apply with confidence and get your visa approved. And we focus on quality, not quantity. We don't try and take as many people because we want to deliver results. So that's why we only work with 5 people per week. And some weeks we don't even take people because we're full and we're still making progress with our already existing clients. So this ensures that we can deliver top-notch personalized results for every single person. So we're focused on success. So it's not just about numbers, and it's first come, first serve. So if you are ready to start, this is how you enroll for our Canada Admission Accelerator. You can send us a message on WhatsApp to confirm if a slot is available. Then you go ahead to make your payment. Then we start with your strategic process. Do you understand? We start with your reports. We send you our intake form. We ask for your CV, and we begin building a plan that will work for you. So if you found this valuable, enroll for our Canada Admission Accelerator, and you would also testify. Yes, your future is very important to us, and you can see from this video that we're truly dedicated to helping you. We have the capacity, we have the track record, and we will deliver. So you get it at a discounted price of 100,000 naira. So you can also see our WhatsApp number and our office address. You book an appointment to be sure that we're available to attend to you when you are coming, because our schedule is usually very busy. Yes, so you joined the Canada Admission Accelerator today, and we have a few bonuses for you. We would also be there to guide you with your proof of funds. Now, this proof of funds guidance is all about guidance and counseling so that you know how to structure your proof of funds for approval. So it's not just about having the money, how you present it is also important, and you get full details once you enroll for our Canada Admission Accelerator. So you can see that the original price was initially 175,000 naira, but now for you watching this far and for you being as determined as you are, would let you in for 100,000 naira only. And you can see policies are changing, the rules are tightening, so waiting makes the process more expensive. Imagine if you'd had access to this information 2 years ago, you'd have been in Canada by now, because 2 years ago it was easier, more, or even 3 years ago. Do you understand? It was easier, exchange rates was good, policies were not this stuff. Do you understand? So don't delay further, especially now that you have this opportunity and you see the possibilities and you're confident that it will work for you. So you start your journey today. Your future in Canada begins here. It begins with Intel Me Academy's Canada Admission Accelerator, and we're excited to have you on board. So let's build your testimonial. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in our WhatsApp DM getting ready to enroll for our Canada Admission Accelerator.